Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm back again with a little bit of something that's on my mind, and I want to remind you that if you ever want to hear anything else about me and want to know when new stuff is coming up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and or hit your notification bell so that you can get the announcement that something new is being shared on Colors of My Life. So today I want to talk about something that's been coming up over and over and over again in my walk with God, and particularly in my walk in leadership. Please forgive all of the noise in the background. It's a beautiful day here, but life is happening. So we're going to just ignore it and keep it moving. I'm not sure if you've ever read the book of Esther in the Bible, but this is a book about a phenomenal woman who ultimately saves the Jews, saves her people. She comes in almost stealth-like, I feel like, and she really advocates for people who are about to be annihilated. I think it's like 5 to 7 chapters. It's really short, y'all. In any case, you can get through the whole story and then you can get all the way caught up, but the basics of it is that she saves the day. The fun part about it for me that has come up year after year after year, moment after moment after moment in my walk and in leadership is that there is not a single mention of the name God in the entire book of Esther. This is something that people talk about often, preachers and ministers, whenever they're talking about, they will mention the fact that Esther, the book, has no mention of God in it from the beginning to the very end. Why is that? What's the deal with that? What is up with that? We know that God is in and through the story. I mean, the providence of God is so evident. The fact that she's been positioned at the right time for the right purpose, for the right season, for such a time as this. She has been placed there for such a time as this. And we know that those things can only have been orchestrated by the God that we serve. And so we see his hand move in and through the story of Esther, in and through the deliverance of the Jews in this particular situation. But we never hear his name mentioned. What does that mean for me? And what does that mean for you? For me, it has meant something really, really important over the years. Oftentimes we see preachers who, especially like on your social media, all they do is post scripture. All they do is post some verse about God. All they do, and that's great. That's what they've been called to do. Go for it. But I believe that God has called me to a different ministry. And I think that he calls most people to this space in ministry where we ought to be about God more than we talk about God. I'm going to say it again in case you in the back didn't hear it. We ought to be about God more than we talk about God. A lot of preachers, a lot of teachers, especially, we can talk for days, but we ain't saying nothing. Like the song, you talking, but you ain't saying nothing because your life is a mess, because you don't reflect the very things that you're teaching. So when I talk about the colors of my life, everything from dyeing my hair and putting on eyelashes to the losses and grief that we're processing through to actual scripture and verses that we're dissecting, these are the nuances of our life. As a Christian, we are not just this one-faceted person who has the pages of the Bible written in front of us and then our lives behind us are a mess. That's not what this is supposed to be. If we want to be witnesses, if we want to really, really empower people to love and trust God in the hard places of their lives, then we have to live like Esther, in the moment, being about it, not just talking about it. So the challenge today is to evaluate yourself. The challenge for me every day is to evaluate myself. What am I needing to do more than I'm needing to say? I can speak in tongues. I can shout, I can dress the part, but ultimately, what's going to be important to God is, did I do what he said? I don't know what you need to do, but this is your moment. This is your time to be able to just take a minute, evaluate the colors of your life, and see where you're just talking and need to amp up the do factor. Yeah. I don't want to just be a talker. I want to be a doer. I hope you do too. That's all I got for you today. I hope that it meant something to you. Take it, chew the meat, spit out the bones, get what God has for you. And I hope that you have a great week on purpose. Bye. Bye now. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.